good morning. I think this is day 16. I might be wrong, might be 15. I can't remember. So I've just left the campsite and I'm just riding along to the quay here in the town just to have some breakfast. I decided to do something differently, no breakfast on the campsite. I thought I'd just get up and get moving, buy some pastries and have my breakfast down here. So this is what it looks like. So yeah, let's stop here, have some breakfast and read the map and work out the best direction to go to Lyon. I just read a little note back there on the board that was explaining to me that Macon was used as a float plane landing place for trips to India from Southampton, and people on the float planes would stay at the hotel over there. It's quite extraordinary really. That was 1937. Can't do it now, there's too many bridges. So I'm leaving Macon now, heading over that side of the river and following the route that I've got on my map. A few larger towns on the way, which I'll stop at for some extra breakfast and lunch. But yeah, all looking good today. Chain just come off, just put that back on. That's why I'm walking up this bridge. But yeah, I'll get to the top, ride down the other side, make sure it works, and then press on. Alright, so I've crossed onto the eastern bank of the Saône and I'm just following this along. It looks amazing in the morning sun. Caught up a couple of other cyclists, but I'm going to let them stay ahead. I don't really want to race with anyone. So this is speculatively a cycle route in the UK Sustrans style. Let's follow the tractors. Don't worry about the bike. Let's just worry about the tractor trails. Then we can be green. It's almost unrideable. This bit is actually the best bit. Some of it back there was yeah, pretty questionable really as to whether it was even possible to ride. I did push for a little bit, but anyway, there's another great big hole in the ground now. Yep, just managed to save that by jumping off. Yeah, this is like what it's like in Cambridgeshire when you have a lovely Sustrans network on the road and all of a sudden there's a mile of shit to go through. Anyway, it's a beautiful place. I suppose that's the trade-off. Alright, so the route continues along this UK Sustrans style off-road, on-road, let's ride at the weekend type thing. And yeah, it's pretty bumpy. It's probably been the strangest 25 kilometres of the entire trip. This cycle route is yeah, a bit strange, but anyway, onwards. Just back over there is one of the big locks on the Saône River. It's quite a big deep lock, so there obviously is some large shipping traffic on here, but I haven't seen anything at all in the 2 days I've been riding along it. I haven't seen one commercial craft. Every time I get the camera out, it's on the bumpiest segments. Unbelievable. Alright, so just off that crazy unmade section for a little while. Tyres are really dusty and gnarly, but all good. The bike coped pretty well with that. Not too slow. I think this time of year is probably a bit more bumpy than it is in the summer, because in the summer it would have had a lot more traffic. But there's the river, just following that along now on the eastern bank. Absolutely gorgeous. This little place is Montmerle-sur-Saône, and that's the car bridge which goes over the river, and it's making a really loud clack 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 noise as cars go over it. I'm not sure if there's a weight limit. There probably is. If there isn't, there should be. So I'm heading that way to Lyon. I'm probably about halfway to Lyon now, probably about 40k. So I'm going to head off that way shortly, but I'm going to have a little rest first, a little break. But it's all good. Nice place to have a break. There's a brief moment on the road now, 500 meters or so, and then, oh, actually the GPS looks like we're following the road for a bit, so that'd be quite nice. Let my eyeballs settle back down. That was really bumpy. Right, I'm making progress on the Route Nationale now. I stopped back there to put some sun cream on, take my jumper off. It's about 25 degrees now. I'm going downhill about 40k an hour, which is beautiful. Okay, so I've arrived at the little port on the Saône, the port of Trévaux, and I'm just going to stop here and have some lunch. It's an amazing little port place, some really nice buildings, and quite an old looking bridge. I'm going to sit under the bridge and have my lunch, and yeah, then I'm going to head off that way towards Lyon. Alright, so I'm leaving Trévaux behind me, that's it in the distance, and I'm heading this way now on the final afternoon of the ride out to Lyon. It's probably another 35k to my campsite. Yeah, it's looking good though. Alright, so the route down from just up the river there was pretty uneventful. It was on a Route Nationale road, you could probably hear it behind me. Not very exciting, but quite fast, so I was quite pleased with that. So yeah, I've got to this little spot. I'm not exactly sure what this place is called, although I have seen a couple of potential names. Yeah, not sure. I think it's just part of the general Lyon area. So there's the barrage, one of the weirs on the River Saône. And I'm guessing not too far down there it joins the Rhône. I'm just continuing along the cycle contraflow, the reconfigured lane here on the way into Lyon, just next to the River Saône, right next to the road. So I've just arrived in this little part of Lyon, and I'm just about to get the map and have a look, because I think Part 2 is over that side of the river, but I want to go this side, but I just need to check to make sure I do that right and get to the right place. Camping is about 10 kilometres further on. I've got a rough idea where that is, but I need to find the first place first, if that makes sense. So yeah, this is probably the end of the Saône. Right, so this route takes me through the tunnel, through the hill. Quite interesting really, I've never done this before, so I'm going to give it a go. Wow, it's absolutely freezing in here, really cold. There's like a bike coming the other way that's light on, perhaps I should do the same. This is great. This marks the, well, almost the end of this trip, all the way here to Lyon. I'm very pleased that I've managed to get here. It's, yeah, it's the day I wanted to get here really. I'm on a day off tomorrow. So all good. This tunnel goes on forever. Alright, so we're getting towards the end now. That must be a couple of kilometres long, I would say. I wonder what the heat's going to be like when we get outside. It's 25 degrees out there. It's probably only about, well, probably about 8 in here, something like that. Quite cool. Yeah, that was pretty impressive riding through there, quite enjoyed that. Probably never do that again, that was really good fun though. Okay, it says right then right, it's down there. That's how to take a tour Lyon style. Get someone else to pedal you around. I'm still heading this way along the river. Okay, I've just ridden through all of the waterfront in Lyon here, and I just picked up the sign which says this is now the Eurovelo 17. So I didn't know I was going to be going on that, but I've done a little bit. Okay, so it's at this point that the GoPro audio decided to stop working entirely. And what I'm trying to explain to you now is that I've arrived at this little campsite in this little town just south of Lyon, where I'm going to be staying for 2 days. I'm going to head off quite soon to find a jet wash for the bike and a cafe in town. So that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, so I've arrived at the lavage. I'm going to try and use the €2 for 4 minutes rinse on the bike, see if that works. Yeah, I'm not sure it will. It looks a bit redundant. Okay, well that was 4 minutes, and that's definitely much better, much cleaner now. So yeah, I'm gonna just ride off into town that way and try and find a cafe. That was a lot of hard work. Right, so I'm back here in Calais. It's been about 2.5 weeks since I started this trip, and I've done just over 1,800 kilometers, and that's probably 15 days of riding with no rest days. So I'm really pleased with that. The bike's quite heavy, I'm quite heavy, and yeah, it's been a great trip. I got here in Calais from Paris, ultimately from Lyon, Paris to here, with a combination of riding and trains. TGV train from Lyon to Paris, and the TR train from Paris to Calais, over 2 days, with some riding around Paris, which was really nice. One minor problem I did have was that I've broken the cage on the derailleur on the Quadrifer 10. It just collapsed, just bent in half. It's a Shimano 3000, I think. So I managed to bend it back with some pliers, and I've probably got half a dozen gears, which is fine. This is a flat area, and it's quite easy just to ride around. So next thing is I'm going onto the ship over there, and going back to Cambridge, going back home. I'm being collected in Dover, which is really nice. You've got a short trip like mine, just under 3 weeks. You need a little bit of support with collection, and that's what's happening. So if you got this far in the video, thanks for watching. If you like this type of random content, then perhaps you consider subscribing, leaving me a comment or a thumbs up, and perhaps I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.